Morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Love 500. Welcome back to the new project, Project Markie. Today is the first day on the repair. The following day after the last video. So we haven't got any parts yet, but I'm going to start off by cleaning the seats and giving the car itself a good clean. So let's get on with it. So yeah, it's the next day, the next morning, and it's very cold today. We've got a lovely blue sky, but it's really cold, and it's going to get colder. So luckily there's no paintwork to do on this car, which is good. Always a bonus, always makes it quicker. DVLA V62 is filled in to send off to the DVLA today, and I think that is the thing that is going to delay me in selling this. It's going to take a minimum of 2 weeks to get that back, probably 3 or 4, could even be longer. So without a doubt this car is going to be finished. Someone is cooking something really nice. I can smell it. I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, it smells amazing. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so I don't know how long this is going to be done for. I have at least 2 people, probably 3 or 4, that want white lounges, which is one of the reasons I bought this one. There's a quick turnaround. Of course, the problem is when you haven't got a logbook, it slows you down. There's one person who wants one. I don't know if they're cleaners or what they are, but they normally do have white smart cars, but they've just got a new employee who wants a white Fiat 500, and they're going to wrap it with their company branding. So it might be them that have it. If that's the case, it will obviously go in for wrapping, in which case, you know, they may say, if I've done it before actually, where I explained that V5's not back yet. It will be backdated to when you bought it. When I get the logbook, I can transfer it, and if it's going in for wrapping, you know, they might have it a few days anyway, which will give it a bit of a leeway to be able to get the book. But we'll see what happens anyway. Got to track down service history of this one because, as you saw yesterday, we got a manual, but no service history in there, so hopefully it won't be too difficult to track down. So as I say, today, seeing as it's sunny, even though the sun's not on this part of the drive, I think I've missed that bit now. We're going to get the seats cleaned. Not the best time of the year to be cleaning seats, but you know, it's got to be done. They've got to dry, so let's get on with it. So the front seats aren't actually that bad. I mean, there's a few stains on them. Driver's seat's probably the better one of the two actually, which is quite unusual. But yeah, I think these sort of stains are the ones, they actually look, you can see them much better, much clearer through the camera than you can in real life. It's weird. I think it's this funny little checked pattern. Makes the camera go all funny, but yeah, you can definitely see those. You can barely see that actually in real life, but you can see it really badly through the camera. It's weird. Because some pillock who took the front bar off decided to put it on the back seat, you've got all the grease now. So I'm sure it will come out. It may need going over twice for that, but yeah, what can you do, eh? I'll stick on time lapse. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but I like to show you me doing what I'm doing anyway, so yeah, let's set you up and let's get on and get this nice and clean. Amazing, isn't it, when you think the seats aren't actually very dirty, and you get, that's the second water from the back seats. The first water was even worse, much worse than that, but it just shows you how much deep down muck there is. So let's show you the seats now. Obviously they're wet. They'll take a while to dry, but they are lovely and clean now. No marks on them. Obviously, as it dries, it will reveal any marks that have been left behind, but all the grease marks are off. They actually came off quite easily. I suppose they were only on the top surface, weren't they? But yeah, all lovely and clean. So I think I'm just going to give it a hoover in here, because I should have hoovered the seats first really, but I didn't. So I'm just going to hoover the carpets. Leave this here with the doors open for a little while. I'm temporarily going to close the doors, because I'm going to give it its first jet wash snow foam. Yeah, just to let it just give it a first wash, so we can have a look over it, see if there's anything we haven't noticed. But yeah, so far so good. I spoke to the dent man yesterday when he came. I was going to get him to do this, and I said to him that I was going to get a pair of pliers and bend that back. Obviously it's broken the paint, so I could that myself. But he said, to be honest, he said all I would do was hit it with a hammer. He said, so as soon as it's straight, it's going to be better than it is now. So I thought I might as well have a go myself. So I am going to try and bend it with a pair of pliers, and then maybe give it a little bash with a hammer and see if we can get it into some sort of shape. If I have to put a little bit of filler in it, so be it. I know it's not ideal on an edge, but again, you know, rather than spending 80 quid on a new bonnet, as I say, I know I have got one, but it's got very slight damage on it. If I can do that, and then obviously I haven't got to take the bonnet off either then. But we'll try that. Obviously I'll film that when I do it. But yeah, fingers crossed. It has been pushed back on the hinges a very, very tiny bit. I think I showed you yesterday. It's sort of slightly overlapping there, and it's gone back a bit. So it's going to need a little bit of manipulation. But we'll see. We'll see anyway. Once we get a new front panel on, we can try doing a little bit of adjustment, see how it goes. But that's it for now. I'm going to give it a clean, and then we'll have a quick walk round it again and have a look and see if there's anything that we haven't noticed up to now. So it's all clean now. And look at the wheels as well. The wheels have come up really nice. But yeah, now it's clean. It's a real shiner, considering that all it's had is a jet wash and then a snow foam. I've not leathered it or anything. Just let it dry. I'm just going to add some lunch and let it dry off. Yeah, it's a right old shiny one. So it clearly has been cared for. A little bit of curbing on that wheel, not too bad. That'll be touched up. Yeah, looks really nice. Looks really, really nice. And look what's just come as well. Front panel. At least I'm assuming that's what's in that box. I've never had them delivered in that box before. I've not ordered anything else that's that big, so it must be the front panel. I'm not going to do it today because it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. Of course, it's dark by about 4 o'clock, so I shall get stuck in on that on Monday. But yeah, look at it. It's really shiny. Alright, okay, let's have a little try on this bonnet. Don't know how much I'm going to lift it up, so let's give it a go. Can't make it any worse, can I? Well, I suppose I could, but let's give it a go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I've done it. I've actually done it. I don't think it needs any more. Maybe a tiny bit. Yeah. That's pretty good. I mean, there is a slight crease there. Whether I whack some filler in there or not, I don't know. Obviously I'll never get that crease out, so I could just, it's going to have paint on it anyway, so I guess just in that little crease there, I rub it down and put just a tiny little bit of filler in there, I guess. And that should do it. That's pretty good. Didn't take much, did it? Luckily it was on the lip, of course. So if I just get some, what do I want? Let's see if I can take it out with some G3. Get that green, whatever that green is. Whether that's a fence post or something that it's hit. That's not car paint, I don't think. That's not a car sort of colour. Unless it's a 1970s Allegro or something. Just to take the eye off it, I'm going to see if sort of coming out gradually. Yeah. Nearly there. tiny, 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 tiny. There is such a tiny little grease there now. It's a shame. There you go, all the paint's gone. So it just leaves that tiny little crease. So yeah, I reckon if I rub that down, fill in that tiny little bit, that tiny little crease. Let me zoom you in. Yeah, you can see it now. See it there? If I rub that down, put a little bit of fine filler in it, sand it down, prime it, paint it, saves me having to get a bonnet. Is that a chip? It's a chip that can be painted at the same time, that little chip there. So we'll just paint the edge of the bonnet. That'll be fine, absolutely fine. That's good, pleased about that. Let's just show you a little bit closer. There's not much, I mean you can see it, so I can't leave it like that, I've got to do it. But that's not the sort of crease that I could ever get out using PDR, I don't think. It's also because it's a double skin bit there as well, so you can't get anything behind it, even if you could. Actually, I say you can't, there might be an aperture there that you can. I might have a go actually, but failing that, just a bit of paint will be fine once it's filled. It just saves me getting another bonnet. But already getting that paint off and bending that back up, it looks a million times better. So yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that it had the front panel pushed forward, pushed back even, that would even shut, wouldn't it? Needs a little bit of manipulation, as we showed before at the hinges, both sides again. I think really it's a tiny bit this side. Although that might, once that's closed, that might actually go down and be correct. So I'm not going to try adjusting it yet until it can till the front panel's on. But yeah, that's it for now. All I'm going to do now is, as I said earlier, which I forgot to do, is to just hoover out the floor in there, and then we'll park it back where it should be over here, and then we'll come back to it on Monday. So front panel. So these the floor mats, which I also cleaned, are virtually dry. Actually, they were outside in the garden in the sun. They're virtually dry. Excuse me. Front panel's been unpacked out. That was the best packed front panel I've ever seen in my life. It was really well packed. I've now filled the 500X up with all the cardboard. So yeah, come Monday, front panel on, old one off, new one on. Hopefully the old radiator and what have you. Number plates have been ordered. We'll get the new bumper out of the shed. We'll dress that with all the bits. I may take the bits off of this one. That probably makes more sense, because even if I repair this, they've got to come off to be repaired. So yeah, I think this is what I definitely think that's worth repairing, or at least having a go at, because there's no bits missing. You've got a dent down the bottom down there, plus that, of course, that's the only bit damage to it. So it seems stupid, but as I say, if it's going to be repaired and painted, it's probably wise to paint the whole thing. Might as well take all those bits off, because they've got to come off to be, if it's, I don't know. Anyway, I've got some spares. I don't know if I've got enough spares, but I've got spares anyway, so obviously the lights will come out. But yeah, so the plan being, in theory, weather permitting and providing me cold's gone and what have you, come Monday, I could in theory have this finished. We'll see. It will be on this video. It won't be a separate video. It'll be on this video. So we'll see you back on Monday. I'll say that's 3 days time. What's Thursday? Yeah, it's Friday tomorrow. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days time. But in a flash of an eye, it will come in for you now. So we'll see you then. Right, morning. Welcome back. It's a few days since I filmed the last bits and pieces on this one, and my intention is to get this front panel changed this afternoon. Obviously a lot of the work is already done for us. The only bolts that are holding it on are the 4 at the top to each side. All the others have already been taken out. So what I plan to do is to unbolt the condenser off the front, bend it back out of the way, and only because I want to straighten it out slightly, and I want to inspect the radiator underneath. Actually, having said that, I think what I might do, I'm gonna remove the 2 brackets at the bottom, and then hopefully we'll push the radiator back, drop it down from the mounts, the top mounts, and then pull the front panel away. Nothing else is holding that on. So there's no need for me to drain it down. There's no need for me to disconnect the radiator or the condenser in any way, apart from taking off that condenser power cable there. And then the front panel should just fall away pretty much. I'll have to drill out the pegs because I'll be reusing those. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I've taken the horn off as well. I've got my new panel out there. That's the plan. Excuse my voice. I think I mentioned in the clips previous to this that I was coming down with a cold. I have gone ballistic with a cold over the last few days. I felt absolutely awful. The first cold for 2 years, and it's just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. I'm starting to get a little bit better, and so I've done no work on the car over the last few days. If you've watched the video that I've just done of the car that was parked there from my neighbour's sister's car, then you would have heard me spluttering on that one as well. So now that's complete, I'm back on this one. So as we know, this is going to be a very quick turnaround, this car, or we think it's going to be a very quick turnaround. Let's see what we can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you up on a tripod. Some of it I'll do in time lapse, some of it I'll do in real time, and let's get this done. I want to buy it hopefully by the end of today, and I don't want to be out here all afternoon because it's quite cold. It's 1st of December tomorrow. It's quite cold. I've got a horrible cold, so I'm just going to get as much as I can comfortably do today. But what I would like to do is get the new panel on, get the radiator and everything bolted up, get the panel bolted up, just put the old bumper back on for the time being. I'm not going to bother about doing the bumper at the moment. I've got the number plates have come in the post, the new number plates, and I want to see if I can get the bonnet to close. That's really all I'm going to do. I'll get the headlights in. I haven't repaired the headlights yet, but you know, it's only the 2 side tabs that are broken, so that's what I'm going to try and get done today. If I don't get it all done today, it don't matter. I can do it next week. You know, as much as I want to get this one done, and it should be a relatively quick turnaround. The DVLA probably only received my V62 Friday, so it's going to be minimum 2 weeks before I get it back, probably 3 or 4. So you know, I can't really do much till then anyway. But let's get on with it. Let's see how much we can get done in a couple of hours. Really, that's all I really intend to spend out here. But let's give it a go. All right, first thing we do is take the tops off. Oh, to each side. Right, now we need to get down underneath. Let's get a torch, I think. Let's use this, might as well. Always a bit on the corroded side, these. So the other one, as we know, is broken, which I'll be gluing back on. And obviously we need to put these brackets on the new front panel. Have I undone the... No, let's undo that while I'm messing around. All the rust that's dropping out of this. Terrible. It's quite a novelty having all these other bolts undone. I actually think it's a possibility I might not have a bottom bar. I know I've got a top one. I've got a feeling I haven't actually got a bottom one. So I may have to order one of those. Right, let's put that in there. These are a pig to get out as well sometimes. Oh, good. Oh, come on. There we go. That's it. So obviously we're reusing this radiator, as long as it's not got holes in it, which I don't think it has. Remove the clip, remove the electrical connection from the condenser, remove that from there. And then we need to go around here. Take the horn off. I think that's a 10mm as well. So that should now, once I've got this off, I should be able to pull the radiator out of those pegs. And drop it down, and then sort of push it backwards and pull the panel forwards. Let's see if that works. Or not, as the case may be. Might need a bit of encouragement. Obviously we don't want to break the pegs. I have got spares, but you know, we don't want to break them because I want to reuse them. It's been a bit stubborn for some reason. Oh, wait. As I was saying, I've taken that off, and this is obviously a little bit on the bent side because this bit's a bit bent up. So we'll, once we offer that up, we'll see how easy it is to put it in position. Might be easy just to straighten it. Right, where is the correct thing for that? Never remember which one it is. That one. These are always quite rusty as well. Yeah, it's broken as usual, so they have to be bonded back on. They always get broken, these. Another one of the weak spots. A bit like the headlight tabs. Look, it's come off, so that'll have to be bonded back on again. Never mind. Such is life. Right, that's that loosened. That's that off. What else was there? Done that, done the horn. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, so it should all come off now, he says. Again, it might need a bit of encouragement, but hopefully it will just come off. It doesn't want to for some reason. Come on, you silly thing. It will come out eventually. Golden Bonnet. Why is that not coming out? It's coming out this side. That side's out. Oh, what's that down there? Bit of broken plastic. I don't know where that's come from. It's just this one. Sometimes it's easier just to drill these things out. That way they definitely come out. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. I don't know why it's not. Let's get the drill. Right. That didn't take long. It was literally a minute later So now if we take this out, he says, it should then just pull away. Doesn't want to bloody come out. Come on, that's it. There we go, just falls away now. That's it. That's what I was trying to achieve in the first place. I say those things have got to be drilled out anyway, so it's a shame that's got to be replaced. There's not actually a massive amount wrong with it. Apart from the obvious bits, you can't actually see anywhere where it's bent. But I don't mess around with these. They've gone up in price, the new ones. What was it? It's about 70 quid, I think it was, the new one. I'm normally paying 50 something for them, so they really have gone up, shot up in price. And that was not from the same place as I normally get them from, but it was uber well packed. Unlike normal, they normally get bent up at these ends when they get delivered, which you can easily bend back, but that was lovely packed in a massive great big box. Right, so now we need to inspect this fan, make sure that it's all okay. As you can see here, that is slightly bent, so I'm going to take that off. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the new one on, put the new front panel on, and then connect it all up, and then take that off. I don't think there's any need to take it off now, because obviously it's a bit, you know, it's a bit floppy. But yeah, I think that's probably a better way of doing it. There's no need to take it off now. It'd be easy enough just to mount it all. Well, it should be. We'll see. So it's not quite shutting. As you saw all on time lapse there, it's starting to spit with rain as well now. Got a new front panel on. A little bit fiddly with the radiator and whatever you still in situ. You saw that I took the condenser off, just bent it slightly, and it's nice and straight now. It's not touching the radiator. Yeah, it's all good really. Front bar's on, top bar's on rather. The bottom bar I'm not going to put on just yet. I have got one. I'm not quite sure what sort of condition it's in. It looks alright. It's a used one. It's had a bit of a, don't know what it's had. I think I've got a feeling it's bent, and I can't remember what makes me think that. let's just offer it up. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not. No, it looks alright actually. I know I had one that was bent, and I think I must have eventually thrown it away. So that's good. That saves me 40 or 50 quid getting a new one of those. Now I'm getting short of these types of things now. I've got one more top bar left in my little store, and that's it as far as bars are concerned. So I always try and like to try and pick them up cheap when I see them. And if I see one for 20 quid or something, then I'll get it. But yeah, so the bonnet, I put the bonnet catch on, but it's not shutting properly, and I think that's probably because it needs a bit of adjustment. So it goes into the right position, but doesn't shut. But that's the same problem we had on Project Evie, I think it was, but we soon got to the bottom of that. So it's probably that apart from the fact the bonnet needs to move forward a bit, I imagine the catch probably needs to move up as well. It's a first fit, but it goes back into the sort of correct position height-wise, so I'm not too bothered about that for the time being. I just wanted to get the front sort of sorted out. I'm not really that concerned about it closing at the moment. Like, I think before I went for my lunch, I thought I just wanted to put the horn on, as I said, which I've done, and I just thought, you know what, I've got the spanner in my hand. Let's try the bonnet. So I'll put the bonnet catch up higher, and it's closed. Obviously, you know, it's not lined up properly. It needs to come forward. But I thought I'd do that. But I thought now, as I've closed it, it's always a bit of a panic when you try and open it again, whether it works. So you're going to see me attempt to do it live. If it don't open, you'll hear me swear. I'm sure it will. It's touch wood. I don't think you can see me. I'm touching my head. Touch wood. It's never happened to me before, but I know it's happened to other people. So here we go. Phew. It is always a worry. Always a worry, that. So, yeah, shuts nice. There you go. Perfecto mundo, as they say in some strange place in Italy. Yeah, so I'm tempted to have a go at the bonnet today, actually, just to bring it forward a titchy bit. I think it's probably just pushed back on the bolts. So I think if I loosen the hinge bolts, not the ones on the hinges that fit to the car, but the hinges that fit to the bonnet, loosen them up slightly, just pull it very, very slightly forward. I think that'll probably be enough. It's more this side than that side, but both sides are very, very slightly out. So it's a couple of mil, probably 2-3 mil, maybe something like that. Might be a little bit more, but yeah. I'm going to go have some lunch, and then we'll come back, and yeah, we'll give it a try. So the other thing I do is take the start-stop label off and put it onto the new front panel. Warm it up a little bit. It should just peel off. Sometimes they rip. See, I haven't put any bolts in those yet, but as you can see, that one fits nicely. There's the headlight bolts. Right, so I've got, this is the passenger side. I found one for the passenger side, so might need to cut off this excess. Right, so there you go. So that sits in there perfectly. And then you need to get the screws. I'm losing the light here, even though I've got this super duper light. Oh, that's better if I go here. Hopefully you can see it. Getting the light properly. I think these are actually stronger than the originals once these are screwed on. They're so flimsy, the things, which is why they always break. It's quite interesting on this one, it's only the side ones that are broken, not the top one. It's normally the top ones are flimsiest. Hope I'm getting this in on camera. I don't know if I am or not. I've dropped the screwdriver. Ooh. Little Torx screws they are. Quite a tight fit, but you just need to be careful that you don't, when you're grinding off, you need to be careful that you're not grinding into the actual threaded part of it, but you need to get off enough so that they'll fit. And then it has the other bit, that bit that you screw on, which normally you have to do up with a pair of pliers because it's really tight. So I'll get some pliers out and do that anyway, but that's it basically. So I'll get that one on, and then I'll do the other one. Okay, so headlights are in. That was a relatively easy job. They went in quite smoothly. They're all wired up. I don't know whether they work or not. That bit does. Let's turn the power on. Before I start the engine, I'm going to check the oil actually, because I haven't done that yet. So let's just put the lights on. Obviously we've got no DRLs, but they were working beautifully. That's good. We know the indicators work, but we'll double check them independently. Yep, that's all good. So what I'm going to do, I need to top the coolant up. It's a little bit low, it's not that low, but I want to check the oil, because I've done that. It's normally one of the first things I do, but I don't know why I didn't. But let's check it now. It's very clean, this engine. Even the dipstick is clean. Looks like we've got plenty of oil in there. Don't know whether we'll be servicing this or not, because I've got no service history. Once I've tracked the service history down, we'll go from there. But I would imagine we'll do an oil change and a filter change. Can't see the filter in this light. See how old it is. That's always a good indication, I find. See how clean it is. Yeah, it's plenty of oil. It doesn't look that old. Looks quite, I always say it looks quite oily colour. I'll see if I can show you on the side. It shows on the side more. Get it in focus. I don't think I can. It doesn't want to focus on that. Yeah, it's more oily colour rather than black. It's very oily colour in fact, so I don't reckon that's been changed that long ago. I really think this car has been looked after. I really do. The general condition of it. Where's me coolant? I'm just going to top this coolant up. Doesn't need a massive amount, but we'll top it up all the same. Leave that there a second. Torch. And then going to start it up, because the seats are still a bit damp in there, so it wouldn't hurt to run it up. Oh yeah, it is quite low. It's below minimum. I mean, I'm hoping that's not because there's a leak, of course. But let's top it up to maximum. Yeah, it's well low. Yeah, it's taking quite a lot. Right, that's on maximum now. Yeah, it took quite a bit. Obviously, you know, might have a thermostat leak or something like that, who knows. Hopefully not. There's certainly no leaks in that radiator, that's for sure. But, you know, coolant levels go down unless you check them regularly. They are going to go down. And get this bleeding thing on, that's it. That's it. Right. Okie dokie. Let's start her up. Yeah, pleased with that. So I did get everything done today that I wanted to, really. I know I didn't get the bumper done, but right, fire in the hole. Oh, you got to put your foot on the clutch, haven't you? I don't understand it. Why is it like this on this car? I wonder if it's something you can switch off. It's annoying. Actually, that seat's dried off quite well today. Don't know why, it's not been sunny at all. Excuse my coughing. So, yes, I am well pleased with this car, well pleased with it. It's living up to my expectations. I mean, obviously we're going to hope now that there isn't a leak. If there is, we'll deal with it. Certainly no leaks in the radiator, that's for sure. What else have we got to do? We've got to put some glue on that radiator peg to glue that back into position. We'll run it up to temperature anyway, and well, I'll just check around if it leaks once it's rung up, just to make sure. And then after that, we'll stick the bumper back on. I think we'll be done for today then, and that'll be done for this video. Yeah, guess what? We got a leak. It's not coming from the radiator though. It's coming from, guess where? Thermostat. Bloody thermostat again. What is it with these thermostats? I hate changing these. You know, it's there as well, you can see the clutch spinning. That panel, that's a little rubber bung there that's supposed to cover that is missing. I've had that before. Need to get one of those. It's only a little drip, but it's enough. Little drips turn into big drips. I can see there's some dried stuff around it as well, actually. Can't see where it's actually coming from, but it's definitely leaking. Oh, what pain. You can see it's wet at the side there, can't you? Oh well. Yeah, I can't actually see where it's coming from. Yeah, I need to get down there with my mirror or something, really, I think. Sorry, it's difficult with the trying to get the camera in there. Well, it does look wet around that bolt, doesn't it? So it might be coming out of there, actually. So it certainly looks wet there, rather than it actually coming out from that pipe where it normally breaks. Yeah, it is. It's coming out from there because you can see it dripping off the... Oh no, it could be coming up further up. If it's coming from further up, it's just running downwards because obviously the car's on a bit of a slope, but it's getting a little bit more now, isn't it? So yeah, better get one ordered then. Another job I hate doing, thermostats, but never mind. It needs doing, it needs doing. C'est la vie. See if we can get the right one this time. So, never mind. There's always a little surprise, isn't there, with these cars? Always a little surprise. So, that's the end of this day. Still sniffing, still coughing. But I've got quite a lot done today, considering I feel rough, or roughish. So yeah, we got that leak, but you know, c'est la vie. I'll order a new thermostat tonight. As you can see, it's dark outside. Scrapman's just been taking all the scrap bits away, and the old washing machine as well, which is good. So I'm just going to whack the bumper back on it, and the old bumper back on it, and then we'll call it a day for now. Can't do any more anyway, it's dark now and I don't want to. I'm going to go indoors, it's getting cold. So anyway, that's it for now. We'll see you on the next video on this, which probably be next weekend, I would imagine. Or maybe midweek next week, not sure. Anyway, the next video will hopefully see the front bumper on, the new front bumper on, and obviously we'll have the thermostat by then, so we can get that on as well. So until then, thanks for watching. Again, as always, if you're not a subscriber, please hit that button, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, share it far and wide, and hopefully it will help us push us to 4,000 subscribers and beyond. Where will we be at the end of 2022? Who knows? 6,000? 7,000? Don't know. Who knows? I imagine it's going to slow down, so we might be. You never know. We might be able to make it to 6,000 by this time next year. We will see. But with your help, we can get it past that 4,000 mark before Christmas. I think we will. There's about 75 to go, something like that. 65 to go, 75. Not sure. So please, if you are a casual viewer, again, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. So until the next one, thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you very soon.